Hello everyone, I'm your average guide Sahil Gogna, and in today's video we are going to talk about the life of an international student in Germany. And to give us an insight on this, we have my friend Damanjit Singh from Ingolstadt, Germany, and he has done his Masters of Engineering, International Automotive Engineering from University of Applied Sciences, Ingolstadt, Germany. So, let's get started. How are you, bro?
Hey Sahil, I'm good. How about you?
I'm good, bro. So, how's everything going? The
Yeah,
life in coronavirus and
yeah. Things are like taking shape slowly, but because of the Corona thing, it's getting a bit,
yeah, everything is
it has
recovering.
devastated everything. Yeah, yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
anyways, everything is going back to normal slowly.
Mhm, mhm. So, Daman, whenever I think about you, so first thing that comes to my mind is like why you chose Germany. So, like any other Indian, you had the option of other countries like US or Canada. Like, what was the reason behind choosing Germany?
That's really an interesting question, and yeah, a lot of people do really ask me this question.
Mhm,
Yeah, I started my bachelor's in mechatronics engineering in India,
mhm,
and I decided to go into automotive engineering because my interest was lying into this field. And yeah, during my bachelor's, I decided to go in this field, and yeah, everybody knows the major companies in this sector are in Germany. You talk about BMW, you talk about Audi, name any, and major companies are here. So that was the whole motivation for me to do pursue my masters in Germany.
mhm.
The second thing I would say, in Germany you don't have the tuition fees, or you say you have very minimal tuition fee as you compare to other universities in other countries. For example, US, you talk about
Mhm.
Canada or something like that. So in Germany you really don't have a huge tuition fee, I would say. So it's
O-
kind of free. So
Okay.
most of the German universities are public universities, so the fees and everything, these are very minimal, and
Mhm,
everybody can afford it, and you don't have to, like as you said, yeah, 30,000 Canadian dollars you have to pay for to study for 2 years or something like that.
mhm.
So my fees in my university, in University of Applied Science, or I'd say Technische Hochschule Ingolstadt, we
Mhm.
have just 52 euros per semester as our tuition fees, and I do not have to pay anything extra beyond my living expenses. Uh, Otherwise, I don't have to pay anything to the university. There are other universities also. I applied to a lot of universities, and these can go as high up to 400 or 500 euros maximum, I would say, in the public universities. Uh, but yeah, it's quite minimal, I would say. So it's kind of free.
That's amazing, man. So, was it really hard to get into a German university? So, I'm assuming like if they are giving you a quality of education and as well as that too in very less price. So, it might be very hard to get into the top universities or even the normal universities in Germany. So, what was your experience regarding this?
There's a misconception of being top in here because
Uh-huh.
every universities, as I said, are public universities.
Mhm.
So they are more or less the same. So they don't have these kind of ratings here, and it's all, yeah, they fall under the same category, I would say. So in Germany, we have two kind of universities. One is technical universities, and other is University of Applied Sciences. Yeah, if we
Mhm.
talk about definitely engineering,
Okay.
there are these kind of universities. So these technical universities and these University of Applied Sciences, they have different, what do you say, study criteria and application criteria.
Mhm.
Because in the technical universities, we usually the courses are much more research oriented, and
Mhm.
University of Applied Sciences, they are obviously practically oriented universities.
Mhm.
So yeah, so I would say that it's kind of difficult to get into one, definitely,
Mhm.
because of almost no cost here. The competition really begins to jump up. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely you have to have good grades, I would say, and obviously the language, I would say. If you have the language, and then you have much more possibilities and options to explore here.
That's awesome, man. Something new to learn from me. So, Daman, if we talk about the cost of living and how expensive is it to live, uh, the cost of living for a student?
Okay, so yeah, that's really a relative. I mean, you'll get different answers for the different from different people. I
Hmm.
would say that's just because if you, I mean, it depends on the state you are living in. First of all, uh, yeah, even if you talk about India, the metropolitan cities are much more expensive as compared to the, yeah, small towns or something like that.
Hmm.
So it's the same here. If you the southern Germany is much more expensive as compared to the North Germany, I would say,
Hmm.
or let's say comparative to whole Germany.
Hmm.
So it can range anything between 500 euros to 800 euros if you want to. Yeah, you can go high as much as you can. So this would include your basic rent,
Hmm.
your food, groceries per month, your compulsory insurance, health insurance you need to have as a student, and
Hmm.
then you have, yeah, mobile and transportation and stuff like that. So that is how much a person pays as a student here. So anything between 500, it starts from 450, 500, and as much as you want to take.
Yeah,
If you want to go to clubs and, yeah, enjoy, and then it's different.
exactly.
Then, yeah.
So, so Daman, are there any part-time opportunities available for the students? So, like you told, like the cost of living varies according to the region you are living. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming one thing, like if you are living in a place where the cost of living is very low, so their job opportunities will be very less as compared to the other ones. So, what was the scenario of part-time job when you were a student?
Yeah, so yeah, this is a really interesting question because a lot of people do face problems to get a part time just because of the language, I would say.
Hmm.
Because if you want to go to work to a store, let's say a supermarket, then you need to obviously communicate with the German people. And
Yeah.
people here, not everybody speaks English, no?
Hmm.
So obviously, so this is the first barrier. But yeah, there are plenty of opportunities if you know the language also, and yeah, if you have a good profile. Otherwise, you can get a lot of jobs in the university itself. Maybe under a
Hmm.
professor, you can apply as a student assistant,
Hmm.
and then supermarkets, as I said, then, yeah, restaurants, and a lot of opportunities are definitely here. So I would say when a person have these language skills, I would really focus on language, man, because in Europe
Yeah.
it's really a main issue. I would say a lot of students have to face. They don't get jobs because they don't know language. I mean, if you have a, let's say, 100% opportunity to get a job,
Hmm.
if you don't have a if you don't know the language, it just restricts to, let's say, 50% or 60%. It's
Yeah.
not like that. If you don't know German, then you won't be getting any job. But yeah, it's a it's an advantage to learn German.
Yeah. I can completely relate to that because right now I'm living in Montreal. It's a city in Quebec, and we
Yeah,
have here the French dominance, so I can
yeah, I've
completely
heard
relate to
that too.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I actually made a separate video
definitely.
on that explaining like what is the importance of French here in Quebec, and
Yeah,
as you
I
described
saw
the
that.
oh, thank you, and as you described like the same is the condition over here. So. So So, Daman, this was your journey till you were a student, right? Right now, I know you are working, and
Yeah.
so my first question related to that is how hard was it to get a job as a fresher? Because we know, like freshers, like the people who are new to industry, they have to struggle a lot to get a new job, right?
Yeah,
So, how hard
definitely.
was it for you?
Yeah, it was quite hard, I would say, because I mean, the company which I'm working in right now, I started as an intern there,
Mhm.
and I wrote my master thesis also in the same company.
Okay.
So you when you are in a company, then you make contacts with people, you get to know new culture and, yeah, everything about the company. So this is how I stepped into my full time from a
Mhm.
student. So yeah, that's how I did. But I would have to say that it was hard to get an internship at the first place. I remember I applied to almost 30 plus companies,
Okay.
and I've just got offers from two of them.
So, so Daman, if we talk about the future, so how hard is it to get the permanent residency or citizenship in Germany?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's honestly, it's not as much hard as people think. Yeah. If you come as a student, it's not that hard, I would say, because once you are as a student, you get a job. You get a job permit with that, the European blue card we say here. So with that, you are permitted to work. I think it's for 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
or if it depends basically. So supposedly you got a job after your studies. You get a job in a company, and then the contract says, yeah, he can just work for 2 years. Then you get the blue card for 2 years, and then you have to show the authorities again, as I discussed, yeah, the source of income. It's really necessary for them that you are not a liability to them. So if you have a lesser, for example, I just said the blue card you get for 4 years, or the contract if you have less years in your contract based on that. So after that, after you have the blue card, then after 21 months you can apply for a Niederlassungserlaubnis or permanent residency.
Okay.
If you have a B1 certificate, and if you are clean, if you have clean record, I mean you were not involved in criminal activities and something like that, and you paid your taxes on time. So if these three conditions are fulfilled, then you get, after 21 months of your blue card, you can apply for a permanent residency. If you don't have a B1, they have an exception, so you have to you can apply after 33 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Daman, one thing we know, like Germany has a lot of opportunities for mechanical and automotive engineers, right? So, are there any other industries, like any other industries that are currently flourishing in Germany for the other students?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there are always, what do you say? There are a lot of opportunities here for every field, I would say. Because if you say there's these companies like Siemens, or there's another one, Schneider. You are from electrical background, you might be knowing better than me. So these all are German companies. And if you talk about these mechanical, we have already talked a lot of mechanical mechatronics things. So the KUKA, if you know, that's a robotics company. So it is also a German-based company. IT people can come anytime here, because IT, everything is now going in for information technology. Yeah, that's the language.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, it's hard to be bilingual now. Yeah. So the information technology, everything is going wireless over the cloud, and there are a lot of international companies, Tesla, Microsoft, Google, Amazon. So there are plenty of opportunities here for every industry, I would say, every domain.
Well, thanks a lot, Daman. This was a really insightful journey, and I have personally learned a lot of things from you. And I'm pretty much sure, like, our listeners would definitely learn a lot of things too. Thanks a lot, Daman, for sparing your time and sharing your experience.
Thank you for the invitation also. Yeah, my pleasure.